This week's top news story in the post-game press conference, Jim Harbaugh just went for it and named J.J. McCarthy the starting quarterback for Michigan for Week 3. The biggest takeaway in Week 2 for the Big Ten Conference is while all the teams in the East remain undefeated, there is only one remaining in the West Division. Surprisingly, it is Minnesota. Ranked Wisconsin lost their home game against Washington State. Honestly, I should just stop choosing teams from the West Division for my game locks. That wasn't as rough, though, as things looked for Iowa this past weekend as they lost to their rival Iowa State by only scoring 7 points. Again, at least this time it came with a touchdown. Northwestern hosted Duke, who handed them their first loss of the year. Then both Illinois and Purdue were able to bounce back from their losses in Week 1 to take home victories this past weekend. But last and certainly least, Nebraska. While Nebraska was leading late in the game, they wound up dropping a home loss to Georgia Southern. The big news didn't come until Sunday, though, when it was announced that Scott Frost was fired. I guess nothing hits quite as hard as a reality check, does it, Scotty? Now on to the teams from the East. After a huge 11-point win in Week 1 at home against what was clearly a top 5 team in the country, OSU continued their winning streak at home. Another home game here and another win. Penn State had a home game this weekend as they took another W. Then Maryland and Rutgers both rolled their competition. Yes, we are talking about that Rutgers. Both teams scored over 50 points this past weekend in their victories. The last 2 games were impacted by the storm that came through the Midwest and got delayed. First up was Indiana, who was still able to take the victory against Idaho at home. Then finally Michigan, who convincingly beat the Rainbow Warriors after their rain delay, and some may have actually thought that there was a lightning strike as J.J. McCarthy's performance was absolutely electric. His first pass of the night was a touchdown, and he only had 1 incompletion for his whole performance. Man, it was absolutely fantastic. Well, thanks for joining us this week for the score rundown. We'll be back next week as we continue to discuss how Iowa can't score more than 1 touchdown.